Sunday night. Tonight, the Sunday Evening Spectacular features yours truly admitting I may have been wrong, but also right. We'll discuss. Also, Ryan Gosling teams up with the Daniels. What's that all about? We have our Shill of the week. And that will be fun tonight. Also, the live MMT of the AI doc. One of the only other movies that opened this weekend, because it was a weekend that was dominated by Project Hail Mary again, down just 32%, which is a stellar hold. And we're going to talk about why this film has been doing the numbers it has and why everyone seems to be discussing this film. By the way, tonight's opening track from Boston, I just found out the lead singer died a few weeks back. I was like, what? This is a formative band for me. Certainly in the 80s. Talk about Amanda, this song, obviously, they had so many great hits. So we play that in memory tonight on this Sunday. Thanks for being here live. All right, so let's do this. By the way, I want a little bit of love tonight for our brand new graphics, because every time I do a show, for at least the next, I don't know how long, however long I'm motivated, which is not usually very long, we're going to have new graphics. Tonight, I'm calling it Nebula. That is our blue and grape background tonight. And I do believe tonight's kit, Norwich City, is perfect for this, is it not? Give me a thumbs up right now on this Sunday night. Thanks for being here live. As always, from the City of Angels. Okay, let's discuss Project Hail Mary. It is now at $300 million on the global take. It is $160 million here in the States and $140 million overseas. And we're talking about holds that show you that there is a lot of genuine, legitimate interest in this film. When you look at it at $300 million in just 2 weekends, obviously that's very clear, but it's more than that. We're going to go through the reasons why this film has caught fire and how it has now entered the zeitgeist, right? The zeitgeist is essentially, if you don't know how I define it, certainly you might have your own definition. For me, it's the ability to become the thing that everyone is talking about at the moment, right? It doesn't happen often. And in cinema, it doesn't happen nearly as much as it did in the past, as we've seen the fracturing of a billion different options for you at any given moment. The fact that we have anyone watching tonight, thumbs up for MMT. But you know what I'm saying. It's not the same as it was back in my youth when really there was nothing else to do on a Saturday night but go to the multiplex. Now the kids are glued to the Instagram, the TikTok, all that stuff. They're not even thinking about the movies, but they are now. And they are talking about Project Hail Mary. And it doesn't happen often, right? You go back to a Sinners. You go back to a Minecraft movie. You go back and you look at films that are able to rise above, right, the just base knowledge that you and I have that a film is out. Because very often, we're the only ones who know. The select group of people that are devotees to cinema. But in this case, this is a film that very clearly has gone way past that and now looks like it's going to be a $500+ million film globally. And by the way, I want a little bit of love before I call myself out, because I'm fair, okay? That's one thing that Weber is. He's very fair. You guys know that. I'll go back to a tweet from early February. Here it is, verbatim. Call me bullish on Project Hail Mary, but 500 million plus worldwide would not shock me in the least. Also, loads of Oscars nominations as box office will propel its awards momentum even as an earlier in the year release. You wait, they're coming. Lots of nominations. I know we just finished the Oscars, but trust me, Oscars 2027 will have a boatload of noms for this film. And again, this is from early February. Okay. So that's me, thumbs up. Again, being the sage oracle, the ace, nailing another prediction. Okay. Again, I don't often ask for likes, but I'm going to go ahead and ask tonight, not just for the graphics, but also for the ability to consistently deliver this shit. I really should be buying stocks. Why am I doing this? This is a waste. I enjoy it, right? Okay. That was a little too far. But it's not making me rich. Damn it. There's got to be a way. I know you can bet this stuff, right? In Vegas. I need to start doing that because I have proven time and time again to be, let's just call ourselves the Sage Oracle, MMT. But I do have a bad thing for me. Well, listen, I still stick to what I have to say in this tweet that I sent just at the end of February. Let me read that one to you. I'm not in love with this long wick promo campaign on Project Hail Mary. The film doesn't open for another 3.5 weeks. This is in late February, right? So it was still roughly a month away. And Amazon was screening the hell out of it. Everyone but me. Which is fine because, as you guys know, I don't love the film as much as you guys. So it makes sense why they said, we're not going to send this dude an invite. Probably directly from Lord Miller. Trust me, I told you. Phil knows. He's watched the channel. He's very aware that I am very nasty on films if need be. Fair, but nasty. I think the ideal promo push for any film should begin no more than 10 days before its release. Okay, so I want to see the hype start to build just right before because things tend to simmer, right? They catch fire and then you forget about it. You build to a crescendo as it hits. And I don't think that Amazon did that perfectly, but they still managed to, and here comes our top 3 reasons why this film is doing what it's doing. They did build the hype. I cannot debate that. It's 100% there for you. It's clear in these numbers. They were able to build an ungodly level of hype. I think an ungodly level of overpraising for this film as well. They really stacked the deck with really generous people early. But I do believe that it's not just really the shills here. It's virtually everyone. There's very few people that are with me in the seeing the flaws with this film, and there's quite a few, okay, guys? Don't make me get back into them tonight. I'm not going to do that. I'm talking about why this film's doing well. And clearly, the hype is there, okay? Obviously, people like the film. So that works too. You can't just have hype and not have people enjoy it. Listen, most people are not nearly as hard on films as I am. I admit that. You guys know that. And I think you guys appreciate that about me. The filmmakers appreciate that about me. Because if there's one thing no one's ever called me is inauthentic. It's never happened. Okay? And it's never going to start. It's never going to start because I am never going to be that guy. I'm always going to be the raging, authentic, fearless voice in the space, and no one can touch us. It's not even a contest. We don't even to get into any kind of debate. There's no debate on that either. Okay? So they definitely built that. So Amazon, thumbs up for you. Okay? No question about that. I think also you talk about when that hype turns into awareness. Okay? This is the magic that doesn't occur very often. It is when the property that we're discussing, and I go back to a Sinners, to a Minecraft, when you talk about a film that everyone is discussing at the current time, the Zeitgeist. And there is no question, Project Hail Mary is just that. Let me give you a story. Today, as you guys know, I go down and I play beach volleyball, Orange County. I'm hanging out with my guys, and they're not huge film people. So one of the dude's girlfriends is like, hey, I want to go to the movies tonight. And I go, oh my God. You're kidding. I never hear this. I don't think I've ever heard that in all my time of going down there in the years and years. She said, I want to go see. And I said, is it Project Hail Mary? Of course it was. That's real life knowledge that there it is. That doesn't happen. Ken, you got to keep your, right? You got to know which way the wind's blowing. And very clearly, when you start having these kind of things, you can feel it. The numbers are here. But I'm saying in the real world, there are people that don't know shit about film that are very aware of this film, and now they're very likely going to see it. These numbers are only going to go higher. 500 million is guaranteed. 6, 7, who knows? I don't even know where the ceiling is on this? I honestly do not have the answer to that, because it is really at a point that I didn't think that we would see, even at 500 million. When I called it at 500 million, that's some height, but not like this. I did not expect it to be this big, because after I saw it, I definitely didn't. Because as you guys know, again, not as high on the film. But here is the big key. In addition to that hype build, right? The awareness, the zeitgeist. Here's the thing that you really need to seize on here, and you got to understand this, and Hollywood has to take this message away. This is very crucial. The reason this film is doing so well is because it appeals to a very sweeping demographic surge. You talk about all ages, I would argue races. Certainly you've got liberal and conservative. That's big. We don't talk enough about that. Why do you think that a Top Gun Maverick did 1.4 billion, correct? Close to 1.5. Because it appealed to both sides. And when you have a film that is essentially apolitical like this film, then you start to get both sides that love this film, okay? And that is why Hollywood has failed miserably so often over the past 10 years or so, because they're not making these kind of films. When you do, then you get everybody who's available as an audience in on the action. And that is how you win with a film like Project Hail Mary. So these are the top 3 reasons, okay? And if people are going to go ahead and steal them, because that's what you guys do, y'all watch the gold standard and you start stealing the shit, and I see it in a tweet 2 days later. It gets old, okay? Come up with your own shit. Oh, that's right, you can't, because you're not the gold standard. When you don't have the availability to access the information and see the stuff, the patterns, then you can't do it. So don't steal other people's stuff. That's lame, right, guys? Can we just all agree on that? That's really lame. If I knew someone else had said the exact same thing, I would not say it, because I'd be like, I don't want to be accused of stealing that. But there's plenty of people out there who don't have original thoughts. Like, I'll just steal this, I'll steal that. This is my thing, right? I'll use AI. We're talking about AI in a little bit with the AI doc, right? I don't use AI. The only time I use AI, I say, hey, Alexa, call this person. That's it. I don't use AI for shit. I mean, yes, on Google now, right? But that's it. Nothing else. So, but there's plenty of people that rely on that. I told you guys the story of a guy I know. We're not going to call anyone out tonight, because in this case, it's a little too close, okay? But I'm going to say this. This is someone who doesn't have the ability to come up with the stuff I see tweeted. Where do you think it's coming from? From AI. It's 100%. Hey, AI, write me a review. I would never, it would never happen. If it's not authentic for me, I'm not doing it, okay? And we'll talk about the AI doc coming up. But I do want to I'll get to as many comments as possible, but I really want to, there's a bunch of stories I want to lock in here with Project Hail Mary, because it is obviously still the huge story in film, and we need to continue. I'll get to as many comments as possible. If I don't get to them right now, I will get to them by the end of the show. We call that let me help you guys out, the comment blast closeout. So if you don't see it now, we'll get to it by the end of the hour. So if you're watching this on YouTube and it's the replay, go to the end and look for your comment. I'll get to as many as possible here tonight, because I know the Sunday night show is our biggest show, and I appreciate everyone being here on the Sunday night. I do want to talk about Project Hail Mary in this 4-hour cut. You guys hear about this? Lord and Miller, they apparently screened this very early, right? Test screening for their friends and family. Not me. Phil Lord and Chris Miller didn't invite me, which is kind of honestly, it's kind of makes me angry. I'm not going to lie, because I can tell you this. I know more than virtually anybody in that fucking audience. I can tell you that. You guys know that. Come on, man. Honestly, name someone that you want to have in that audience better than me. Names one person. Nobody. Even Christopher Nolan, I think I got him. Why? Because remember, Christopher Nolan was saying that The Rock deserved an Oscar nomination for the abysmal Smashing Machine. Right there, you're out, right? I mean, isn't that the thing? You can't have those kind of takes. So I am frankly, the number one most valuable, the MVP of any test screening is me. And yet they don't invite me because they're afraid I'm going to say, this is shit. This got to be fixed. What the hell's going on here? Change that, do that. Too bad. That's what you get. If I have no notes, no notes. Great example. Go back to Thursday night. Remember the movie we did the MMT on? It is they will kill you. Okay? That's a film I have very few notes on. Very few. Okay? That's there. So there you go. I'd walk out of that film and I'd say, listen, I mean, the runtime's 90 minutes. You've got a lot of energetic fun in here. I think it's weird, but it doesn't get too weird. You know when to make it stop without it bashing you over the head. I want to get out of here. Kind of like one of our streams that goes over an hour. It's too much. That's the takeaway, and I walk out. In a case like Project Hail Mary, and this is the 2.5-hour version, not the 4-hour version, I'm going to be sitting there for like, okay, guys, let me just get through all this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? I mean, you guys saw it. I mean, I can pull them up later. I still have them saved because there's people that still want to have this debate. But let's listen to them talk about their 4-hour cut. Okay, I found the podcast. This is from Josh Horowitz. He does a podcast called Happy, Sad, Confused. And here they are talking about their 4-hour test screening. I have not listened to the entire kind of clip, so we'll listen to it. I'll stop it as necessary. Hear Lord Miller talking about what happened when they ran with this 4-hour version of Project Hail Mary. Play it.
You told me once that I feel like I think you said every film of yours has had a disastrous test screening where it's like an early in the process, you're like, oh God.
Oh, we got that out of the way early.
We never did it. Like our first official test screening went great, but we do a lot of like early screenings for friends and family and like other filmmakers and writers. And this movie was massive. Yeah. And when we finally got the assembly down to under 4 hours long, we
just wow, right? I mean, the assembly cut, right? The very first version. I get it. Here's everything that we think could be in it, but still 4 hours. 4 hours. I know it's a dense book. I get it. And a lot of people are angry. There's a lot of stuff that's not in there. But 2.5 was too long for this movie. It definitely feels the runtime. Don't tell me it doesn't. Do not come in here and say that.
Subjected some filmmaker friends of ours to like a 3-hour, 45-minute cut of the movie.
Can I just pause for a second? He said a bunch of filmmaker friends. Listen, just because I'm not a filmmaker doesn't mean I don't know more than them. You guys know that, right? Like, I hope you guys can understand that concept. Just because someone doesn't do something doesn't mean that they can't be, especially when you're talking about ideas, right? When you're talking about what works. That's not the same as me being a cornerback in the NFL. If I say, hey, I'm going to go cover this, all-pro wide receiver, I don't have those skills. But I definitely have the skills to do any evaluation on the planet when it comes to cinema. And no one's even close. But the thing is right? So I just want to make sure that's clear, that they're talking about, here come our filmmakers, here come all the... Listen, man, I'm going to say it for the 188th time on this channel, more than that. Here's the deal. Nobody is more valuable in a test screening than me. Send them all home. I will get this shit together. And you know what? The directors might not like it, but too bad. But it's okay. Lord Miller, I get it. I would have had a real field day with this shit. I mean, look, I had a problem with the 2-hour and 30 version. So, 4 hours.
Embarrassing.
So what was the major note besides cut
Get
an
it
hour?
way shorter.
Yeah.
I just think that you could just, you just don't know how the scenes are going to land with a lay audience. For us, we thought everything was charming.
Yeah, bingo. Hey, you know what? Let's just pause here and let's drill down on what Phil just said. That's the problem with Lord and Miller, okay? And I'm a huge fan, guys. I have not. There's very few directors, in this case, two, but directors out there that I have praised as slavishly as I have Lord Miller. So this is really, if I'm saying this means this carries extra weight. The two of them make juvenile films. They need to mature. This film should have been more mature. And that's what I can't believe someone didn't say. Get rid of some of this. And I go to a very important scene late in the film. I've talked about this a number of times on the channel. And if you missed this, you need to watch it again and pay attention next time. You got to get the mood, the emotion of a scene. And when Gosling finds out it's not going to be his choice to go to space, okay? Well, guess what? That is apparently in the book, which I didn't know from the movie. That's the moment that really lands, right, emotionally. But instead, we get Gosling going, well, I can't do it. Then he's acting like one of the Three Stooges, jumping up on the counter, running around. They cut to the outside. He's running around outside. They tackle him. The whole thing is totally goofy. I would have just gone, what the fuck are we doing? This is bad. That can't happen, okay? I am right on that. I am 1,000% correct on this. That scene alone is enough to go ballistic after a test screening that you miss the emotional moment of this film and you undercut it with Three Stooges bullshit. You guys know I'm right. Don't even argue with me. Do not come in here and argue. I will deal with some stuff, and I've talked to you about me and saying Amazon was maybe right, but I'm not going to even argue on this. That was laughably awful. And laughable, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? So again, mature. Stop making this a movie about a middle schooler, not a middle school teacher, a middle schooler wrote this.
But some of those charming things didn't land. So really, it made it it made it really easy to get down to 3 hours.
Right.
From
And
that.
then, and then we
Okay,
had to
Susan, hold on.
work
Let
our
me
way down to
pause here.
2.5
Hold
hours.
on.
My sense is you.
Okay, hold on. We're going to go for another couple minutes here. We'll see where they're going. Exactly. That's what I've heard. I did not read the book, Suzma, right? I don't know that. But I can tell you, the movie makes a mockery of that. And you guys, I don't know. This is where, oh, God, hold on. I got to settle. Hold on. I don't understand how some of you don't see this. I don't. I cannot conceptualize how you don't see the scene I'm talking about and not say, whoa, what are we doing here? What is going on? This is the moment that you're supposed to deliver your emotional heart, like the pathos of the whole situation. And instead, you give me goofball Three Stooges, jump on the counter, run around. What is this? What am I watching? What's going on? But yet, Weber's the only guy. I'm the only guy. You guys are all coming after me. It was perfect. It's a masterpiece. Oh, really? That scene? Oh, okay. All right. If you guys say so. Here we go. Let's go a little longer.
Are kind of like Edgar Wright's like a friend,
Right.
like
Yep.
you're part of like kind of that group of.
No,
I'm sure
hold
you
on,
have-
hold on. Time. Holy shit. This is rich. I could just watch the rest of this and just riff. Here's what we're going to talk about. Edgar Wright. Oh, dude. Did you see The Running Man? Well, after seeing The Running Man, I would definitely not invite Edgar Wright. Like, he's not coming. No, hell no. Edgar Wright, you're out. Dudes, The Running Man. Like, again, who's more valuable than me? Nobody. Not any director. Not any studio head. And that's the truth. You guys know that. Honestly, come in right now in the comments. If you're watching on X, go to Midnight Movie Talk on YouTube. I want you to go and you bring in the comments who would be more valuable. Go for it. I can't wait. I'll read all those. Go for
You
it.
trust. They trust
Yes.
you. So can you say who is in that group? Who was helpful for you in this process, or has been?
I mean, we
over
had
the years?
many people. I don't want to leave anyone out, but
Trying to think who was in that first screening. It was Drew.
yeah, Drew Gowers was with us.
It's nice to have a screenwriter that's also a film.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, hold on. I'll stop real quick. A couple comments here. Lord Miller leaned too much on juvenile and physical comedy. That type of comedy doesn't work for sci-fi, especially thought-provoking sci-fi film. This dude, Jason, you know what? I am so thankful. It's like a therapy session. I am so thankful there are some of you out there who get this. I really am. It means like everything, because imagine when you just shout it out to the void and everyone goes, what are you talking about? Huh? It's perfect. It's a great film. It's a masterpiece. What are you talking? And then these people just don't access the entire spectrum of their brain to dial in on this and see exactly what I'm talking about. It's right here. Guys, it's throughout this entire film. It's so apparent. And it's not surprising. It's Lord and Miller. We know these are the guys who made Lego Movie, which is their best film. You look at 21 Jump Street, perfect for that. You look at Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, perfect for that. Solo, obviously we know they got booted because of the shit they're pulling in this film. Okay, listen, I'm not going to relitigate the entire thing. I'm just going to tell you right now. I'm just glad that some of you understand that this is going on. This is here. It's right here. I'm not imagining this shit. This is in this film. That scene is the heart of the mistakes in this film. And it's not just here. It's all over this film. It is throughout the entire film, undercut by goofy shit. You talk about the two spaceships lining up to chat. What are we doing? Are we doing Lego Movie again? Oh, yeah. Oh, look, that's funny. And it goes on for like, how many times do they do that, right? 3-4 times? The ship, back and forth, back and forth. Oh, what? This is Lego Movie shit. Phil, I know you watch. Chris, I don't think you do. Phil, why can't you guys just mature? Like, seriously. I mean, I just don't understand. You're getting up there. You're no longer as young as you were when you started with Lego Movie. How are you not able to say no? You know, I talk about the script that we wrote, right? The guy that I wrote with is brilliant, okay? I think he is. I mean, I'm not kidding you guys. There's nobody whose opinion that I value more in the entire town than the person I wrote it with. Why do you think I said, let's write this? And I remember having this discussion. There's a scene in our screenplay, which at some point I'm just going to post because it's really good. I think you guys will all agree it's very good. There's a scene where there is an option, right, to have the character who's this bumbling kind of goof, to have him go goofy or to go more dark and depressed and more of a, man, I am hurt right now. And I had it out. We talked about it. And we went with what I went with, and it's better because of that. I know it is. That's the thing, right? It's okay to have comedy, but you have to know the moments that you have to land emotionally with the true impact. You cannot undercut them with jumping on a counter and running through the field. That is instantly detonating whatever you just created. I don't know how you don't understand that. I listen, guys, I know Weber's on one because I just can't understand how they didn't see this. I can't. And these are two like directors who're supposed to like know everything. They're the two most brilliant writers. This is bad. This is really bad. It's not. No, I already did that. I already talked about They Will Kill You back on Thursday. While watching PHM, I was trying to rearrange the order of scenes because Kevin, we talked about this. We just talked about this back onto the evaluation. You guys, if you haven't watched it, go back and watch the live out of theater reaction, which was the night it opened back on that Thursday a couple weeks ago now. Everything that it's here. The nonlinear doesn't work in this film. It just doesn't work. You know why people think it works? Because it's nonlinear, right? It's, oh, that's interesting. I wasn't expecting it to be told like this. Because just because you set it up non-linearly, which is fun to say, you look at an audience that's just instantly like, oh, well, this is highbrow. This is much smarter. And I think, listen, the book does that. I get it. That doesn't mean when you adapt, how many times a book's been completely different in adaptation? I think that, you know, you get back to Project Hail Mary and the issues with this film, and I'm not, again, I said I wasn't going to relitigate it, but here we are. Just quickly, you got to make it you got to go back to linear. It's all got to be just completely ripped apart. And then we have to go in and extend some scenes and crush some others, reshoot that scene where he comes out and runs around like Moe of the Three Stooges. It has to go. It's got to go. And then what you got to do is, I already told you guys the notes. It's very simple. You've got to extend the school stuff. It's got to be more. It can't just be the one scene we're passing the lava around. That is cheaped out. You got to build a relationship with one of the students. Like, I don't, like, now I question, really honestly, after this film, I really question Lord and Miller across the board. I mean, I think they're good in certain spots. They were not good for this film. I'll say it again tonight. I'll say it again every time I get a stream. They were not the right directors for this film. I don't care how much money it makes. I don't care how much you guys think it's great. They were definitely not the right pick. 100% not. And it's 100%. I would kick out much of the flashbacks in Project Hail Mary, including the karaoke scene. What's with Ryan Gosling films, like with the Fall Guy, and yeah, the karaoke. That's right. That's exactly. I mean, people say that moment is the. Right, it's another emotional moment. I didn't feel it either. I feel like, again, because that film's jumping around so much, it doesn't build to that, right? You're 1 minute on a spaceship, then you're back and you're doing karaoke, then you're here, then this. By the way, do you know we never even get the launch? Like, what the fuck is that? How do you not have the launch? I don't even care if it's not in the book. How do you not have the launch? How do you not have him putting him on the. I understand you're trying to hide that a little bit. There's got to be some way. I'm telling you, man, the effects aren't even good. Oh, I can't do it. I'm just going to rail on this film again. I'm sorry, I can't. Dude, Hamza. But I've been told the film's a masterpiece. It's so great. Here's the Harry Styles song she's singing. I mean, come on, guys. Come on, man. Man, I'm just telling you, some of you just miss stuff that you just whiff. Just whiff. I'm glad there's some of you out there who really, I just wish more people were far more critical. They are so ready to praise. They are just waiting to pounce on praise. I think it's far easier in this life to say no, 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 and then when you actually see the yes, yes, not yes, 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 because that you're already waiting, to applaud. You've got to earn it, and this film doesn't earn it repeatedly. I think they're fine. They're fine. I don't think the film. Listen, I saw this film in IMAX. I was not blown away by anything. Let's continue just a couple more seconds on this. I don't know if they're talking about who else was there. I was waiting for you guys to come in and tell me someone who's more important than me. I'm dead serious about that. I'm not kidding. Not kidding. Name someone. Edgar Wright. you kidding me? After The Running Man, you're going to take Edgar Wright over me? Or what? No, you're not. No, you know you're not. You're just saying.
Was
Dave Callahan,
yep, Jason,
Jeff Rowe
yep.
from Ninja Turtles and Mitchell's versus Machines.
Yeah, well, they're the two juvenile films. I mean, there you go. I like both those films, but this is not that film. I think they just missed the mission. They just missed it. They said, we're going to put our imprint on this. That's why they're the wrong directors for this. 100%.
It was just like,
100%.
who will give us thoughtful advice?
Jason Reitman was there.
Jason came.
I
Who
like
will give
Jason
thoughtful advice, but like will understand what this is right now.
Right.
Like they won't. They're not gonna. They're gonna understand that it's very long, and they'll give us the right advice.
It's interesting because, like, obviously you've worked so much in animation over the years, and that the nature of that is a very iterative process. And this is a very FX, heavy film, and I think you can only be so iterative. I mean, you can edit down, you can cut.
Right.
Au contraire, my friend.
Okay, now we're in the weeds, but I mean, we can come back to this later. I think The Martian's okay. It's definitely a better film than this. I don't love it as much as everybody else, but I definitely think it's stronger. And again, Phil Lord and Chris Miller's best film is Lego Movie. I mean, anyone who thinks that anything other than that, they don't know what they're doing. It's that simple. I mean, seriously, find me somebody who says that this is their best film. They did not see the Lego Movie. Lego Movie is a masterpiece of a film. It is. For what it is, it's the best adaptation you could ever hope for. So ingenious, right? Just so many brilliant plays in that film. That's their best film. No contest. They wrote it. It's not an adaptation. So all that is 100% the fact that that's their best film. Let's talk about this. Ryan Gosling's going to work with the Daniels, and we'll come back. We'll get to as many comments as possible. But listen, I just don't want everyone to go, Weber's hammering the film again. We like the film. It's fine. You can like the film. I'm just telling you need to, open up your eyes and see the shit that's really a problem here. It's really problematic. Not problematic like the director of the drama. We'll talk about that later. Gosling and the Daniels, they're going to work together. Ryan Gosling is obviously coming off of this film. So there is nothing that he could ask for that wouldn't be given to him. In other words, you want $50 million, Ryan? $50 million. I swear to God, whatever the highest price for an actor plus back end, let's do $30 million plus back end. And listen, it's a Daniels film, so if it's lucky, it gets to $150 million worldwide. What did Everything Everywhere get to worldwide? Did it get to 200? Holy shit! Talk about an overrated film. Okay, but look, I give Gosling credit. He has made some interesting choices over his career. Early on when he was building himself, he went with A Blue Valentine. He went with A Place Beyond the Pines. He went with The Drive, right? That's really Gosling's prime, I think, when you look at that from 2010 to 2015, 16, right in there, La La Land, right, and on and on and on. And now that I think his daughters, right, are older and they go to the movies, they're going to watch his stuff. He wants to make things like Project Hail Mary. He wants to make things like Star Wars. Not just a paycheck, because it is a paycheck. Obviously, he's getting paid a ton of money. But, I mean, listen, if someone said, you want to be in a Star Wars movie and you're going to be the lead, you're probably going to say yes. Even I would say yes to that, because I grew up with Star Wars, man. I mean, I had Star Wars sheets when I was a kid. I remember them. The original Star Wars sheets were on my bed with the Death Star, C-3PO, R2-D2. I want to say Luke. I could find them. They're like light blue. I remember them distinctly. But, right, so I don't blame him. But this is something different. So give him a little credit, right, for making something like Project Hail Mary, which is more all accessible, all audiences. And he's going to go make something from the Daniels, which is going to be weird. We know that. It's the Daniels. And they're going to shoot it this summer. There's not much on it other than this is what they're saying. What's been revealed is that it's a fun sci-fi action comedy with a big heart, very existential. Is that surprising? The only thing you need to know is we're trying to do what we've always done, which is listen very deeply to what is happening in the world and try to internalize that and make something really fun and entertaining that kind of reflects that story back to the world and continues to beat you over the head for an extra 30 minutes of runtime that really should have been cut from the movie. Wait, that's not in the... Hold on, did I read... Yeah, it's in there. It's the quote. I think that's what he said after the quote stop. I'm pretty sure that... Weber's doing it again. He's poking the bear. Remember my story about the Daniels and Everything Everywhere, which is featured on our wall behind us. I was the very first person to say, I want to start an Everything Everywhere is Overrated club, but I'm afraid that everyone is too afraid to join. And look what's happened in the 4-ish years since. Now people are saying, how the hell, this thing, what? You know, that's the thing, right? It's wild how people always they always get angry with me about me calling a film garbage, and then like literally a year later, they're like, yeah, man, what, that movie is terrible. You all suck. Film Twitter, you guys are the biggest spineless bitches on the planet. Can I just make sure that's very clear here tonight? I say this all the time. I really mean this. Show me some fucking fortitude. Come say that a film is bad first, okay? Not 2 years later, first, okay? This isn't hard. Well, it is for you. For me, it's not. I do it the second I walk out. I'm calling Project Hail Mary overrated the moment I'm walking out of the theater. You guys will say it 2 years from now, maybe later this year, but it's definitely not the night of, because you guys have no fortitude to stand on your own. In this space, you've got to be completely and utterly certain of what you're saying, which I am, almost. Right? You guys know that. Nobody comes in with as strong it takes and has been proven right more. At my batting average is 900 plus. Easy. Okay? And the reason is because you have to be able to say, I don't care if this is going to piss someone off. You look at Lord Miller. You know, I told you, Phil Lord watches the stream. Phil Lord has watched the stream. He's come in the comments. Someone tell Satvik, you've been here a long time. You know he has. We have brought his comments in. I'm not making this shit up. The fact that I said the things I said about Lord and Miller, knowing that they have watched and could be watching, that is a next level that most people, I would argue everyone in the space, does not possess that gene. They don't have it, never will. And because here's the reality, they're not your friends. Last I checked, I don't remember Lord Miller inviting me to see the test cut. That would have been really smart, but apparently it doesn't matter because you guys all love it, think it's a masterpiece. But I'm just saying, I definitely could have been more useful than Edgar Wright. That's for sure. Jason Blum, we all know we don't want him around. Have you seen his movies? I'm sure he was there. So he's a Universal guy. He's a Universal film. Well, they have their deal with Universal. This is Amazon, but they have their deal with Universal, so trust me, he's probably there. But here's the thing, is that you have to have that. And so here we are calling out the Daniels again tonight. I hope it's better than Everything Everywhere. I'm not, listen, I don't have a lot of hope. Listen, Everything Everywhere would be a good film if it were 30 minutes shorter. 30, 45 maybe even. I mean, it's long. It's a huge cut we got to get out of there. We got to literally just extract shit out of that film and start over. Okay, here we go. Let me get to this little clip. I'm going to show you. It's time for our Shill of the Week. You guys see him down below. It's Frosty the Fraud. That's what we're going to call him from now on. Frosty the Fraud. Are you guys ready? Here he comes tonight. This is Frosty. A lot of people are dragging him. Wow, Weber dragged him. How long ago did we drag Frosty? Can anyone tell me? How long ago did Weber drag Frosty? Like years. Like how many years now? But look here. This is, hold on, let me hit pause. This is Eric Italiano. I'm always floored by how poor an interviewer this guy is. It's Frosty. There it is, right? Here they come again. Everyone joins in with Weber 2 years later. Let's just call that. You all 2 years late. That's that. Film Twitter equals 2 years late. You all 2 years late. You ain't playing with the gold standard. That's for damn sure. You can't even contend. It's not even a contest. You guys are weak, man. Give me a competitor. You guys can't even hang. You guys don't show me anything. Literally nothing. You never have. Not a single thing. Let's watch Frosty talk to Holler from Project Hail Mary. I'm sure he's talking about something other than the film. Let's find out.
So I definitely have to talk about one other thing, which is you not only worked with Ryan Gosling now it's been a few years because of post.
Real quick, we're gonna pause. Just remind you, the guy on the right, and we're gonna talk about No Kings tonight. I'm not shying away from that. We are definitely talking about No Kings because I've got a lot to say about that. That's coming up. We got a review to do. There's a big show tonight. But here's the deal. When you look at Frosty, this is the guy who said, it's too dangerous to go to movie theaters, shut them all down. He was the vocal leader of that, deleted all the tweets. This son of a bitch on the right almost cost everyone their movie theaters, but yet I'm the bad guy. Weber's the bad guy, not this guy. What t-shirts do you have on? God, this guy. By the way, this guy's ego is the biggest ego. You guys think my ego, Weber. My ego's like in check. It's good. I mean, I think I've earned what I get. This motherfucker, he actually think he's like a star. Like, dude, you ain't nothing, bro. Frosty, you're nothing. Also, that name's dumb as fuck. Imagine if I walked around and I called myself Frosty. Y'all be like, dude, that's stupid. I'd get even more heat. Why does everyone else get away with stuff and Weber gets called out? Why is that? Can you guys answer in the comments right now? Why do I get all of the heat from all the film Twitter losers? Oh, probably because I just said that. Instead of Frosty, the shill.
But you also worked with Tom Cruise. When did you decide you needed to work with like the biggest Hollywood actors?
Oh, he's got a Ben Stiller. He's got a, what's it called? The model movie. That's what it is.
Yeah, I just woke up and said it's time. I don't know. Somebody else had made that decision for me.
Oh, look at that. She's being, by the way, she's saying that an agent said, you're going to be in the movie. I told you guys how they make these movies, right? When someone's big, and Sandra Huller is, obviously, especially after this, but I think even after the last one, the Neon movie that I really loved, right? The courtroom drama. She's so good. That film's really smart from a directorial standpoint, fire. But you look at her, she's big, and that's how the agents do it, right? This person's big. Let's get them in this next film because they're big right now. And that's how you stay huge in Hollywood. You become a part of a big, successful film. And then you have your agent start locking you into all these other things. She's saying basically she was locked into Digger and she didn't really have anything to do with it. She's like, yeah, my agent just put me in the movie. That's how it works.
And I just had to be there and try to not fail.
Sure. I'm not sure if you have any scenes with Tom in Diggers, but
only with him. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get to run?
It's Digger, not Diggers. Is that correct? I believe it's just Digger. He just added an S. I'm just saying, if it was me, y'all come after me, right? Filter would be like, Weber just called it Diggers.
Run with him at all? I'm joking.
No.
Right.
Wait, I missed that. Hold on, hold on.
I cannot wait for this movie.
Hold on, one more time.
No.
I missed. Hold on, Mike.
Yeah. Did you get to run with him at all? I'm joking.
No.
Right.
Oh, she's so, dude. Look at this face. She is so like, God, get me the fuck out of here. She is not having a good time in this interview.
No.
Right. What can you actually like? I cannot wait for this movie for Diggers. What can you actually?
Wait, hold on.
tease
Is it
people?
Diggers or it is? Hold on. Let's look. I think it's called Digger. He's calling it Diggers. It is Digger. Look, it's Digger. I was right. It's Digger. Dirk Digger. Look. So he's even doing worse than I thought. I'm sorry, guys. This is continuing. This is me rambling. It is what it is, man. It's my fucking channel. Do it. I'll do what I want.
About the film and your role in it.
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
I'm so sorry.
She boy, this is bad. I didn't even watch this yet. Wow, hold on.
Oh, okay.
I'm so sorry.
Were you
No.
told a role in it?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'm so sorry. No.
Were you told nothing?
Nothing yet. No, I can't say anything. I think it's going to be very surprising, and it's an absolutely unique. I just saw it. It's an absolutely unique thing. I don't even know how to put it in words.
that's it. All right. She was definitely not having fun with that. We definitely don't want to watch again. You see the watch it again, but we are not watching that again. Let's get to some comments here on this Sunday night. I'll get to as many as I can right now. Take just a second to breathe in, take it all in. And then we're going to go to the AI doc live MMTE. Yes, Anatomy of a Fall. Thank you. I said Fall of an Anatomy. Very good movie. Yes, agreed. See, Weber constantly, right? You listen. You guys come here and you say, what did he say about this? You're like, well, he liked Anatomy of Falls. It's really strong, the editing in that film. Oh, right, call that. I mean, I see these elements. Very easy. Zoolander, thank you. I couldn't remember what it was. All the people from Collider have worked are frauds. Well, yeah, you got Perry Nemiroff. You got Frosty, the Shill, Wonder Shill. You've got, who else has worked for Collider? Oh, Scott Mans, completely and utterly like, wow. Right? Name someone who actually is legit that's come out of Collider. Go for it, guys. Everybody. That's 3. That's 0 for 3. 3 strikeouts. Rule of thumb. Everyone comes around. Thank you, Johnny. Johnny, seriously, this is what I'm talking about. Everyone comes around. But you know what? It does get tiring when I have to be the first. I've always got to be the first one out of the bunker, right? Why do I have to be always the first guy? Here we go. Let's go do this. And then everyone else is like, well, I'm just going to hold back and wait, right? If I'm in war, I'm like, let's go. Let's do it. I'm jumping out. We're going for this shit. We're going across the battlefield. These other people are like, I'm going to stay back here and I'm just going to not think. Right? It's true. It's true. There's no one else in the space who jumps out of the foxhole and gets into battle quicker than me. Nobody. No one. There's no one. You guys know it. You know it. I don't forget it. It's a waste of time to even like have this discussion. Yes, he calls himself Frosty the Shill bitch. Zona District. Yeah, she's in that film. Hey, good call. Hey, listen, it's another film we have a very high. That was in our top 10 films of the year. I love that film. It's very strange, right? The whole approach to that film, but that's why it works, is that we're going to experience the concentration camp from the perspective of the German officers who don't really care that people are being slaughtered right next door. Collider has a 0 batting average. It's true, 0-0-0. That's pretty bad. Here comes the AI doc. This is our big evaluation for tonight, and I'm going to give you like a 30-second clip on the way in, and then we are going to get into it here tonight. All about the dangers of AI, like you'd expect. It should be about that, and that's what it is. It's called the AI doc. Here comes our live MMTE on this Sunday night. 30-second clip starts now. Hold on. I got it. Roll it again. My bad.
We can't.
Here we go. Ready? And go.
We can't separate the promise of AI from the peril of AI.
I think if this technology goes wrong, it can go quite wrong.
Can we solve those challenges? We do every single time.
You need to take AI as seriously as global nuclear war.
We have to come together. Is this the apocalypse, or is there a reason to be optimistic?
I want to ask you to promise me that this is going to go well.
That is impossible.
The AI doc.
Okay, so I just sat through this yesterday, and that's kind of the film for an hour and 40 odd minutes, is what does the future look like with artificial intelligence at the helm? Because obviously, as you guys know, many people are surrendering their lives to AI. I just mentioned the guy who now has all of his tweet reactions written by AI. Not me, dudes. You guys can't tell that I'm writing that shit. You got help you need. But when you look at it and you talk about how people are more than willing to allow something else to do the thinking for them. We saw that during COVID. We're going to talk about No Kings here coming up next. I promise you it's coming up. But you look at the ability for people to just resist this. It's very difficult for most people. And I think this is what the film discusses, this deep dive on the AI dangers and where this all leads once we surrender everything to essentially a supercomputer that's capable of thinking on its own. And you get together all kinds of voices here from really a wide spectrum of people and where they stand on AI. And like the best documentaries, that's what you get. You don't just get one side saying, here's this, like Melania. You guys know, what did I say about Melania? It's a music video. It is all fluff. There is nothing in that film that makes Melania look even semi-human. And listen, I'm as centrist as possible. I'm not left or right, but that film is, not great. As a documentary, really not good. You really want to, in any doc, show as much as possible, including the flaws. And I think this film does a very nice job of getting all kinds of different people in talking about this. I think the issue here is that you get into this over repetitive situation where you get most people saying, listen, it could go bad or it could go good. We don't really know, but we're just going to have to see what happens, like over and over and over. And at some point you just go, okay, I got the message, and I don't think anybody really knows. The takeaway here is that it's going to change everything. And I think we already know that. And when we look at, for me, the most crucial aspect of this is, if we let AI take all these jobs, what are people going to do? How are they going to feel like they are giving back to society when they're just sitting around? Like these kids that play video games all day and they're watching streaming. Listen, tonight you're allowed to watch streaming. You're allowed, it's okay. But for like the other people, like the Speed, have you ever watched that stuff? Like, what is this? Why do people, it's like mind numbing. People don't seem to have a problem with doing nothing. I'm the opposite. I want to get out in the world. I want to do things. I want to see things. I want to experience things firsthand. And that's one of the reasons I love going to the movies. It gets me out of the house, right? Instead of just sitting here watching a streaming show. So I think all of that's here for you in this documentary. I wish it were a little little tighter. I think that gets back to the over repetitive. I think there's a way to tighten this up by about 10 minutes or so. It's like 145. I'd bring it in at 135, 130. Really good docs are typically like 80 to 90 minutes. You don't want to go too much longer than that unless you're talking about like a Weissman film. He makes like a 4-hour one. I watched one where it was like the basic town in Indiana. I forget what it's called, something Indiana. And I watched it a couple years back. And he just lets it go, which is his thing. And this is obviously that's the aberration. Typically, you want to get it tight. One of the best documentaries I've seen of the past 10 years plus is the Bowie documentary. It's brilliant. I think the reason that film is so great is because of the artistic value of it. And that's an unusual situation typically with a documentary when you get that much artistry in a film. But this film's solid. I liked it. It's an 88%. And it will, if you don't know where we're headed, we're AI. You're going to have a better idea after this. For me, listen, man, AI, I don't have any use for it. I just don't. I don't ever use Chat GPT. Never. I mean, the only time I ever see AI come up is you put it in Google now and it has the kind of the AI breakdown. But I don't ever go to Chat GPT and say, write this. What's a good topic to talk about? What are we talking about? No, it's all got to come from you. That's how you stay fresh. You don't surrender your brain to this creation, right? This artificial creation. All right, let's do this quick because I mentioned it. I'm not going to go on forever on this. I'm just going to talk about this because yesterday was, quote, No King's Day, right? And I definitely have an opinion about this, a very, very strong opinion. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that out there. And it definitely aligns with a centrist view. And I think some of you need to stop being so fucking hypocritical. I'm just going to tell you right now, you need to stop. Because when you look at, I'm going to bring up a tweet that I loved. There's quite a few that are really good. But you look at a tweet like this. There's a couple of them I want to show. This one is really good. And this is true. I don't care what you tell me. This is 100% accurate, and you guys know I'm right. The same people at the No Kings rallies cheered on this. Remember when they put that shit on a basketball pole, on the basketball basket, so you can't shoot baskets? Down in Irvine, where I go down in Orange County, they, at the park, did exactly this. We can't have people at the park. It's too dangerous, right? Remember I told you I didn't fall for any of that shit. Not from day one. I was at the park working out on day 2. I was in here on Monday working out in my room. And then I went to the park and worked out for the rest of COVID. And, okay, so that's one, right? These are the same people. Where were they? Where were you, No Kings people? And you know you were. Don't tell me you were against this. Do not tell me that. You're lying. You are delusional and you're lying to me. You weren't out there. You weren't like me, who was up the street at Tin Horn Flats. Right up the street here in Burbank, Tin Horn Flats. Do you want to show what? Do you want me to show you what they did with Tin Horn Flats? Let's look at it tonight, everybody. You want to have some fun? Hey, No Kings people, roll up into my comments right now. Bring it. I want you to roll up because I'm going to beat the fuck out of you tonight. You're going to lose. You're going to lose so hard. This is where the stream's going to go one day. It's going to go this hard because I'm going to rage against this shit. I can't stand hypocrites. There's nothing more that gets me more fucking furious than a hypocrite. Nothing in this world. Here it is. Here it is, guys. You guys ready? This is what they did to Tin Horn Flats. You guys want to see it? Here it is. Look what they did. I would say that's the action of a king, wouldn't you? We're going to stick a fence around Tin Horn Flats because we stayed open during the pandemic when they said you can't go anywhere, you got to stay home. In Tin Horn Flats, right up the street, I can walk. They closed it down and they put all of the gates around. Look, it says Nazis on there. It says recall Newsom. So I told you the story. During COVID, to give you some idea of where I stand on this, I went to Tin Horn Flats. Gore went with me. Ask him, he went. Hopefully he's told you that story. If not, I'm telling you tonight. I've told you before. We went to Tin Horn Flats. We sat in the back with all these people that were like, I'm not playing this game. This is draconian. This lockdown shit. This is nuts. And guess what happened when I went into Tin Horn Flats? When I crossed the street, there were people stopping their cars. The same people at the No Kings. Oh, yeah, they were. Guess what they yelled? You guys are awful. You're terrible human beings. Why are you out? You guys are terrible. The same people at No Kings. Where were you during the time that we had a king in Gavin Newsom? Where were you? Where were you? Oh, that's right. You weren't saying shit. So guess what? Don't come out here on a Saturday afternoon and say Trump's doing this, this, and this when you weren't doing this. You better have been doing it then, and you weren't. But we didn't know. It was so dangerous. You fell for the shit. But you can't have two standards. You got to call it out every time. That's why we're the gold standard. It's not just, this is why. Do you understand this is the core of why I'm better than anybody in the space and better than, frankly, almost anybody on the live mic? Because at the end of the day, I am so objective and fair about this that it just is destructive to the people that are hypocritical, bullshit artists who weren't calling this out when this was going on. They were calling us terrible names. Trust me, it was crazy, dude. They were yelling out the side of the car. You guys are the worst. I had to wear a mask because I was afraid that they were going to say Weber's going into the bar. So where were you, No Kings? Where were you during COVID? Where were you? Exactly. You weren't around. You thought it was okay to do things like this. Remember when they put a bunch of sand in the skateboard park down in Venice? Because we can't have anyone out skateboarding. No Kings. No. That wasn't a king move. If you were not railing against this, railing against Tin Horn Flats, railing against draconian lockdowns, then you need to sit your ass back in your house and never come out again with this No Kings bullshit. And you know damn well I'm right. And if you don't admit that openly when you look in the mirror, you are delusional. You are insane, frankly, and you are completely untrustworthy. Completely and utterly untrustworthy. I can never trust you again with anything ever with what you say, because at least admit it. At least admit that you weren't there when this was going on. You want to all of a sudden play when Trump, because you don't like Trump. You liked Gavin, or you were scared during COVID. No king is no king. So where were you last time around? You weren't there. So you are a hypocrite. As dead on as that is, you are 1,000% a hypocrite, and these are the kind of people in this world that are making it worse. You, the hypocrite. Yeah, you are. You 100% are, because you weren't fighting this like I was. You weren't going against the system. I was sending tweets. I was doing all this. I almost got my account taken away from me because I was like, not doing this. Yeah, Frosty was doing that. Remember that? Remember when Frosty was that? Oh, okay. So you're with me, right? You're with me on this. Exactly. I want you to come in right now and explain the difference. Go for it. I will play your comment and I will destroy you right now. You can't play this game. And that's the thing is, I'm being fair right now. I am being 100% dead on. And this hurts you because you don't want to admit it. Well, too bad. In life, guess what? The measure of one's intelligence is the ability to say, look at me. Maybe I need to work on this. You better admit that. Okay? I admit things I do that are fucking wrong all the time. Okay, I just did at the beginning of the stream with Amazon. But I tell you, hypocrites, I have no time for you. None. Zero. He probably doesn't remember the story, but I'm just here to tell you that it 100% happened. No, I don't have an agenda, Kuzma. That's, let's get serious. Let's do the real world, like, confessional thing. I have no agenda. I do not have an agenda. My agenda is to do the right thing as often as possible. If you want to have an issue with Trump and the No Kings and the decisions he makes, I can't fault you for some of that. But I can tell you that if you don't apply that same level of anger and protest to when we had that going on with a king here in California, and probably wherever you were, in New York, wherever you were, except for Florida, then you have no right to be there saying that same. No, you have none. You don't have. You lost the right. If you were doing it both times, fine, go for it. But you weren't, were you? No, you weren't. You weren't. Last time around, you said it's fine. It's in the name of safety. What's the Franklin quote? Ben Franklin? It is Franklin, right? He who gives up liberty for safety deserves neither. Something like that. Exactly. And that needs to be called out. I'll call that out all day. If you don't like that, too bad. You're the problem, not me. I'm not the problem doing this. I'm the one who's actually trying to get this right, who's calling you out. I said you can do whatever you want, call Trump a king. I don't mind. I mean, I just heard Rob Snyder today said we're going to do the draft. I got news for you. We're not doing the fucking draft, Rob Snyder. Shut the fuck up. Dude, shut up. We're not going to fight for Iran. It's not happening. Like, Rob Snyder, I swear to God, if I saw him out, I would berate the shit out of him. We're not doing another draft. We're not going to war over in Iran for this shit. Ain't happening. No way. So, yeah, I'm not a Trump supporter of that, right? Exactly. So, no. Hell no. We're not doing that. We already had one Vietnam. We're not doing it again. So, no chance. So, yeah, I don't mind. But you weren't there last time. You weren't saying no kings for the last time when we had a king. So, I don't have any use for you anymore. Like, none. You lost any ability for me to even pay attention to you at this point. But no, but you guys understand this. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it. Thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate that. Seriously, I don't have an agenda. Tell me what my agenda is. Go for it, guys. Go for it. What's my agenda? Go. I'll listen to whatever you say. We're not fighting for Israel. We're not fighting for Iran. We're not doing this. We're just not. I'm telling you right now, we're not doing it. It's not happening. I'll be out in the streets. We are not drafting. We are not going to war. It's not happening. It's not going to happen. I'll be in the streets. You don't think I will? Guys, I'm not playing around. I will 100% be in the streets. We're not going to do this shit. Not happening. So, whatever. It's not about anti-Israel or pro-Palestine or whatever it is. It's about we're not doing that shit. We're not going in there. We're not drafting young kids and sending them off to war. It's not happening again. We're not fighting the bankers' wars anymore. It's not happening. We're not doing it. It's just not happening, man. So good luck. Good luck. We're not having it this time around. We need to have more people who are this opinionated, this fearless, this is how we're going to do things. We need more of that. And I'm telling you, at the end of the day, I would love to be. I would be the baddest ass fucker in politics. You guys would be like, this guy is unbelievable. You think that guy from Argentina is a badass? I would destroy him. There's nobody who would bring it like me. No one. Because you'd all be like, God, he's fair. He's fucking fair. This guy's so fair. I finally caught a live stream. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, exactly. I guess that's it, Schlacker, right? That's bear. Yeah. Hey, seriously, honestly, let's talk about that just quickly, and then we're gonna go back and watch a trailer because I know we got all political. It's got it, but here's the deal. Seriously, if Trump wants to draft people, send his son. Go, send your kid. Seriously, what do you got to say? You gonna do that? Of course you're not. Supposedly they want to also raise the draft age. Listen, I can tell you this is never going to happen. They're never going to be able to do it. It'll have to be martial law. There will have to be martial law in this country for them to do another draft. 100%. It's not going to happen. It's just not happening, man. We're not doing this shit anymore. This world has just gone to hell, and I can tell you this, we're not putting up with this anymore. So good luck trying to enact all of your shit. So there's your no kings, everybody. That's being the true no kings. You're fair and apply it all the time. Lord of War, all this, dude. You go back through history and you look at every war. It's essentially a banker's war, guys. I mean, come on, man. Look at it. The history's there. I could do a whole stream on it. I'm not gonna. It's just to dumb it down as much as possible. That war is benefits. There's so many people that benefit from war, and we're just not doing it. Whether you like the raid, you should watch the Furious. Okay, hold on. Let's watch the trailer. I got it. I haven't decided what we're gonna watch. Let's go check it out. Here we go. Let's see the Furious. I think I saw that trailer pop, but I didn't know what it was. Remember, guys, I try not to know as much as possible when I go into these things. I will watch it because you want to watch it. Let's find it. Oh, Labyrinth. What's that? Oh, there's a Labyrinth. I thought it was Labyrinth, the movie. It's an anime movie. All right, hold on. Rosebush. Let's see. End of Oak Street. I heard about that one. Ooh, Faces of Death 2. Let's watch that. You guys ready? Hold on. Here we go. Faces of Death 2, everybody.
What they did to you.
It's a trailer watch.
It's not right.
No, let me help you with that. No, we are not watching the live action Moana. I have not seen it. I don't want to see it. I really have no interest. Are we in an hour yet? Holy shit, we're in an hour. This is what happens when I say I'm only going to do 45 minutes. Okay, here we go. Ready? This is the new Faces of Death. Is it a red band? Let's find out if it's a red band trailer. Here comes Faces of Death. which of course I remember on VHS, right? Way back in the day. I'm trying to make myself really small. That's I guess better. Here we go. Ready? Let's watch Faces of Death, trailer number 2.
Here at Kino Moderation, we protect people. The young, the innocent.
Oh, hold on. Okay, so this is just like a Korean film I saw. I don't know if I brought that film. Did we do an evaluation on it? It was a really small South Korean film about a girl who worked at an internet company that had to watch videos and decide whether they were too violent to upload onto the social network. It was really cool. I love that. So this is basically that. It's like it's an English language remake, essentially. At least they're taking that idea.
If you come across content that violates policy, flag it and move on. You may be tempted to look into it outside of work, but don't even think about it if you can help it.
I'm really into this. It's super dark, right? And I think horror should be. I mean, obviously, it's. I heard it's going to be pushing X, but we've already seen that with Terrifier. But this feels very grounded in the real world, right? Very much so. So I'm already kind of digging what I'm seeing.
Now it is time to witness the many faces of death.
Well, Legendary's in on this. Interesting, because remember, they did the Toxic Avenger. That was bad. You guys see that? The Toxic Avenger remake was really bad. Oh my god.
I've been seeing these videos, all based off this old horror movie called Faces of Death. You think this could be real executions?
Leave it up. Support the trend. That is the first rule of content creation. Give the people what they want.
Okay, so we got the serial killer aspect. Okay.
Many faces of death.
You need to listen to me about these videos. I need to do something.
This is gonna be real, dude. This is gonna be a hard watch. Listen, you know how much I love horror, but this is gonna be. I don't know. I disagree. I don't think it looks like ass. I think it looks like something's gonna be really unpleasant to watch, which I think horror should be. Not every horror film, but there needs to be a few. There's just listen, not Human Centipede. I don't want to watch that shit. But this looks more like remember we talked about Psycho Killer? The movie's terrible. This looks like a much better version of Psycho Killer.
It is the attention economy. And baby, business is booming.
And I'm not really in love with that. Right, it just gets a little bit cheesy. I wish it wasn't leaning so hard on that. But this looks, dude, I'm telling you, I think I'm down. Yeah, it's the chick from Euphoria. I don't watch Euphoria. I was on Euphoria though. You guys, hold on. You know what? Have I ever watched the scene from Euphoria? Let's see if I can find it. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can find me on Euphoria. Give me a second here. Let me see Euphoria. I don't know if they have scenes. Euphoria motel scene. The thing is, it's. I don't think it'd be on YouTube. Hold on. Give me a second. I might have found it. Let's see. Share this tab. Let me see if I can find the scene I was in. YouTube. Nate's dad motel scene. Hold on. Front's dad. Dude. You know who was there? I told you guys that Zendaya was there the night that I shot it. Where is it? Okay, so anyhow, I'm in a scene I'm in Euphoria. I was a cop. And I was in the scene that we shot about 10 o'clock to midnight. It's like a 2.5 hour shoot. It was honestly like a 30-second clip. I don't know which season. I think it's season 2. And it's a panning shot with a giant crane, and we're coming all the way across the motel complex, and I'm the last cop is pounding on the door. So I'm have the central, what's his name? Levinson's coming up and going, hey, I need you to really pound on the door. And I'm like, well, let's go, motherfucker, open the door. I was doing my shit, man. I was in the moment. So anyhow, I shoot the scene, right? I know you guys are like, Weber's life. Yeah, it's true. I don't make this shit up. How could I make, that's just the weirdest story to make up. So I'm the cop, and then they needed to have a scene where they rewrote it apparently on the scene. Levinson was writing shit on the scene, on the actual, in the moment. And they said, we need to have a detective. and they grabbed 5 of us. Okay, they put 5 of us together. And they were like looking, like Zendaya was looking at me, okay? So was Sam Levinson. But Levinson was doing her thing, and Zendaya was kind of like, almost like Moneyball, right? Go back to Moneyball, and remember when you had him in the background going like this? That was Zendaya, kind of like, just like tapping Levinson going, that's the guy. They didn't pick me. I was really pissed, but they wanted someone, I think, a little more bulky. As you guys know, I'm kind of aerodynamic. I'm just, you know, I'm built like Ronaldo. It's not the same as the guy they picked. So that was fun. Levinson definitely was like, he was intense. Levinson was, listen, I'm sorry. Here's the thing but this is what you get out of me. You get a guy who's now officially got a pretty good mullet going. It's going to get better, but I want you guys to know that the mullet is, I mean, you guys don't understand. It's coming in. It's 100%. Let's watch one more trailer. We can't find the scene. I'm very sorry about that. But trust me, if you ever watch Euphoria, you'll see Weber as a cop. You might not know it's me, but I just told you it's me. All right, here we go. Let's see. I know this is pissing film Twitter off more. Like, God, this guy, he just does all kinds of stuff. I just don't like the fact that he's actually out doing things. And he's done all this stuff, and we just sit around and do nothing. We're watching The Furious, okay, Schlacker? All right, we're watching The Furious. I gotta go through an ad here. How weird is that, by the way? This movie Newborn says exclusively at AMC. The hell is that shit? All right, that's weird. All right, here we go. This is called Furious. I don't know what's going on here. I have no idea, Schlacker, what I'm getting into here. I have literally not a single clue what we're doing. Why can't I get my thing to be smaller? I want me to be smaller and the thing to be bigger. Only on this side. Yeah, screw it. Who cares? You guys can see it. Here we go. Ready? This is The Furious. I have no idea what I'm watching, but this is for you, Schlacker. No, we're in trouble. Oh, we are so in trouble right now. You guys know that, right? Whenever this comes up, we're fucked, right? As soon as you see Lionsgate, you guys should know that this movie's not going to be good. Okay, I'm sorry. Slacker, I got to call you out. Like, you should know that by now from watching MMT. The fact that you see Lionsgate and think that, okay, I'm going to keep going, but... Oh, The Long Walk was not good. I know, by the way, JT Molnar has watched. I don't think he watched anymore because I really savaged Long Walk and he wrote that. But JT's watched. I know he has. JT Molnar's DM'd me before and said, hey, I watched the stream and this and this. So, I mean, he's one. There's more than one. There's quite a few. But I think it's funny because I don't, you know, now I don't hear as much because after I trash, like, Lord's never coming back. I mean, it's fine. It's fine, dudes. They're not going to bring me the test screening, then I don't give a shit. That's all I want. I want to be in the test screening. I can help, but they're not helping me. They're not letting me help. It's their loss, not my loss.
You're looking for someone. So am I. My wife went missing.
I mean, we've seen this so many times, right? Slacker, I'm sorry, I got to call you out. This is John Wick. It's another version of the one-man army shit, okay? I'll watch another few seconds. But he's going to fight. It's Taken mixed with the Raid, right? I mean, obviously, I like that part of it, and it looks mega violent. Yeah, it's definitely a Red Band trailer we're watching here. I guess now we know for sure it's Red Band.
Your daughter.
Who said that? Wait, hold on. Let's find who said that one. Did it say Christopher Cross? The guy who sang... Christopher Cross, the guy who sang Sailing. Look, it's Christopher Cross. You see that? Look at the bottom. I can't make it bigger without, like, the screen leaving. Hold on. Real quick. It says Christopher Cross Sailing and Think of Sarah. Apparently, Christopher's now a movie critic. Watch. Look, wait. There, look at the bottom. It says Christopher Cross, Asynchronous Media. I wonder if it is Sailing. We should play Christopher Cross. Let's play. Hold on. Let me see if I can find Sailing. We'll listen to it before we leave. But apparently he's a critic. That's cool.
Your daughter. She might still be alive.
All right, I've seen enough. I mean, listen, will I see it? Of course. I mean, yeah, sort of, right? I mean, Aaron, I want to find a Christopher Cross song. Give me a second. I'm going to find an... now, sailing's too obvious, right? Like the wind's too obvious. Here, hold on. Give me a second. Christopher... This is, by the way, this is when all the monetization... This is why I get, all the monetization's gone. Ooh, I really like Never Be the Same. Let's listen to that for a second. Have you guys ever heard this song? It's one of my favorites. Let's listen to that. Hold on. We got to sit through an ad, and then we'll listen to it real quick. This is, I really like. If we're going to talk about, it's very Tootsie-ish, right? When he did this stuff. This is good Christopher Cross. Never Be the Same. It's got that really yearning, sad feel to it. This is what I want to make a movie that's like Never Be the Same. Yacht rock. Come on, everybody. So good. Christopher Cross, the critic, coming in with one of the greatest action films of this decade. And here he is with Never the Same, live on MMT. I nailed that intro. See, guys, here's the deal. Could you ever... AI could never do the show. AI will never be able to do MMT. Be like, I don't even know what just happened. We went from literally Project Hail Mary, the AI doc... We did some interview stuff. We did a Shill of the Week. We did Christopher Cross songs. We watched trailers. I did No Kings. I got political, said we're not going to war. What else do you want, guys? All right. It's time for the comment blast closeout. We'll just listen to that in the background. Oh, I love Christopher Cross. He's great. He was real formative when I was a kid. You look at, we think of Laura, oh, laugh, don't cry. We'll probably maybe get 2 songs on here. I feel, you know what, Kuzma? I'm definitely not 28. Yacht rock. Yeah, I know. Listen, this is what we do. I just go wherever it is. By the way, tonight's kit, I want some love. Give me some love. First of all, real quick, I want some love. Not for the guns, not for the apps. I want some love for the graphics. I want some love for the drawing, the jersey in. Guys, do you understand like the aesthetic here? And then the original, you don't get anything. No one else could ever do MMT. It would never be the same. Hey! Never Be the Same. Perfect. What a perfect song. I nailed. See, this is how it all just kind of comes together all of a sudden. Thank you. Appreciate it. We're almost out of here. I have you have no idea how many news. By the way, guess what? I'm going to give you guys, since you've been here late, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to show you guys what background we have coming up for the Mario movie. Listen, get ready, because you're going to be blown away by the artistry. Here it comes. You guys ready? This is I think it's Wednesday night we'll do this stream. Here comes our Mario graphics. I want everyone to stand up and give a round of applause for this. Look at the Mario graphics, guys. Come on. I want some love, some adoration. I have now jumped, like we have leveled up. Not 1, 2, 3, 4. We have now leveled up to a whole nother, you never even imagined we could go to this place. But that's enough. No more. You don't get to see any more till we do the Mario stream. That's it. That was the sneak peek. Hey, oh my God, dudes, no, you don't understand. Wait till you see the Mario stream. I have something really planned. You're going to say it's very pridey, but I'm telling you guys, why can't we just like rainbows? Like, why can I not have like a rainbow and have it have to be pride? Right? Why have we allowed that to be co-opted where anything that's a rainbow's pride? It doesn't mean that. Rainbows are rainbows. Why does that have to be pride? So there, it's Mario. And yes, it's pridey, but it's not pride. Not going to sit here and tell you it's pride. Like, oh, Weber's announcing to the world he's gay. Whatever, dudes. I'm not. But if I were, I would proudly say it. Why wouldn't I? I'm not afraid of anything. I've said it. What do you want me to do? I'm not. If I were, I'd tell you I were. I mean, it'd be weird if I said all those things about Elizabeth Olsen, but I do think some dudes are good looking. Like Ryan Gosling's a good looking dude. What do you want me to say? What do you want? I don't know. If that makes me metrosexual, then so be it. They did take it. Exactly. They took it, and we're taking the rainbow back. That's what we're doing. We're taking the rainbow back on Wednesday night for Mario. And I I also have a kit. I have a kit that is, you're going to be like, dude, this is very much, you're pushing the limits with this kit. Okay, hold on. One more Christopher Cross. Oh, think of Laura. Hold on, Laura. There it is. Oh, what's the song from Arthur? Hold on. Let's do it. Last song tonight. It's going to be, here it is, Arthur's theme. Here we go, everybody. You guys ready? Give me a second. Hold on. Can you guys hear it? I hope you guys can hear it. I don't even know if you can hear it. Hold on. Can you guys hear it or not? Hold on. Let me get rid of this. Give me a second. On this Sunday night, a pleasure as always. Good night from LA.